So as you know, Tesla vehicles are pretty remarkable cars, but they actually are more of a computer than a car. It just happens to be a car, a really cool car. But with that being said, the computers are more like Apple computers, as they're really confined. You can't customize them, you can't change things on them. Apple really has a lockdown on their network, and so does Tesla. Unless you know how to hack the thing. With a product, I should say. So there's a product out there that allows you to do more things that Tesla doesn't even offer. The car will sense as I'm walking up to it and start to pop the door open for me, which is really nice. You don't have to grab the handle. It's also programmed for either the frunk or the trunk when you come up to one of the footwell sensors, and the trunk will open up for you. A lot like that. I don't have that programmed yet, but it'll open up just like that. Same thing closing. So if you have your hands full of something, it's nice to be able to put that in there. Same thing with the trunk. On the inside though, that's when it's fun. Ready? We can have some fun. So in the app, you can see that you can have drift mode, which we're going to play with here in a second. You can have the TPMS sensors off, so if you have different wheels and tires and you don't have the Bluetooth sensors in your Y, this will turn that off. There's different wiper settings, heated seats for the rear seats, so if you don't have the heated rear seats, you can actually turn those on. Ambient lights, lap time if you're going to take this on a track. And this is where it's set up for the door sensor and the frunk. I could turn that on and we'll show you that later. Right here, you have to be in park and you should be on a track or something like that. But we're going to put it in drift mode here. It's going to disable traction control. It's going to allow you to have a little bit of fun. Not really working. Oh, that slips back there.
Yeah.
And this is just normal. No, this is off-road assist. Not much of an assist. How about we do slip start? That's like half throttle. That's full throttle. I launched it there and it didn't do anything. So this side is where the car was actually spinning, not so much on the other side. Because the Tesla has an open differential, there's no locking differential or limited slip. So when one tire spins, the brake is supposed to be applied to this and the power is supposed to be sent to the other side. A lot like a Subaru or something like that. What would be really nice is if somehow Tesla could electronically keep both sides 50-50. That would be really cool, and that would be a great off-road mode. And actually, Tesla, if you can do that, that would be amazing. I got a big trip coming up, and if you could do that before that trip, I would love to test this out for you. Because if you can keep 50-50 side to side, and obviously the front and back motors are completely separate, but if you can keep the power going on those, you can use the autopilot cameras to see that you're off-road, like right now, you can see that we're not on a road, and allow that off-road assist 2 to be enabled out here. That would be really cool. All right, as you can see, we had a little bit of fun with this, but I'm going to show you guys what it's like with drift mode on in the mud, not attached to a tree. We thought we would do it safely with attached to a tree just in case, but this is a lot of fun. Ready? We can have some fun. All right. So a couple of the other features you can do with the app. So if you did not have the heated seats in your car, this will actually turn those on. If you want to do lap times, if you're on a racetrack, you can set up lap times. It's kind of like track mode. So if you had a non-performance, you can use lap times with that. Your battery pack heating, you can heat the battery pack. So if you're going to go on the track and you don't have track mode, you can preheat the battery pack, and so you can get a little bit more juice out of that. Ambient lights, the windshield wipers, the different logic for the windshield wipers, and let me show you that, and then I'll show you the trunk. I got the trunk to work. I did turn the trunk on. It's not focusing, but the frunk is on, and then I'll show you what that does, but I'm gonna show you the wipers first. Now, to do all these settings, you do have to be in park, but with this, if you push forward, let me see if I can get this in here. On the screen, you don't have to go to the windshield wipers and then swipe over in different auto. You can, see if I can do this, push forward, which will turn your automatic headlights on, and then push the button once. That's going to make them go one time. If you push it again, twice, that's going to put it into setting 2. And then the same thing, go to setting 3, and then auto, which will just keep them off right now. So that's a quick way to go through your settings without touching the screen. Not a big deal. Some people don't like touching the screen. Some people like using the wipers, but you know, it could be very convenient for some people. Also, at the bottom of the screen, it has some different energy uses, the battery, the temperatures of everything. So you get to see a little bit more data on your actual car. And right here is where you can adjust back and forth for the door beta as it pops open for you. Now the frunk button, the frunk is on. I'm gonna show you that right now. That's a little tricky. I don't have the trunk one on because I do have a footwell sensor from Handshow on there. So the front trunk is a little finicky. Like I said, I've got it to work in the garage here. I haven't got it to work out there. We'll try one last time holding you and see what happens. You're supposed to walk up to the driver's side bumper on the side, cover up one of the, or stand close to one of the one of the sensors, the ultrasonic sensors on the bumper. The lights are supposed to flash, supposed to step away and go back to it, and that should pop the trunk or the frunk, either one. So let's try it out right now. Door's probably gonna open. Back door opened. Now I'm standing right in front of it. It's not working. It's weird. Driver's door works, so that's a little finicky. I'm sure you'll get used to it. You'll get used to the quirks of it, but the driver's door works really good. Every time I walk up to it, it beeps twice and then pops the door just a little bit. And then you just have to grab the top of it. Either way, you don't have to pull the handle and twist the handle. I mean, again, first world problems. These are things that Tesla doesn't even offer, but people have been able to figure out how to do them. So it's really cool to see people innovating on such an innovative car. This product is from Ingenext. There's a link down below so you can pick it up if you want to, if this interests you. If you have a non-performance that you want to basically turn into a performance, maybe get that 50 horsepower bump, maybe you just want the door to pop open for you. Or maybe you want drift mode. And be careful when you're doing drift mode. Either on a 3 or a Y, you know, you can really lose control pretty quickly. It doesn't, like I showed you, it doesn't really lock out traction control completely. As you saw, we weren't able to get totally loose when we hooked it to the tree, but when we were able to just spin the tires and take off, that's when we were able to have a little bit of fun and get a little bit muddy. And now I'm gonna get the hose out and clean off the car, because it's pretty bad. It's hard to see down there, but that is where you plug in this device. It plugs right into the autopilot computer. Now, if you're one of the ones that have already typed, how does this affect my warranty? This product is not for you because you're messing with that autopilot computer. Now, you can always just unplug it and take it into service. They won't know what's going on. But I hate to say it, but you're too scared to do stuff like this. But it just plugs right into there. And if you're wondering, does it work with the screen? That uses the same plug. This is just a jumper in between there, and I have it hooked to that jumper that's already plugged into there, and both work just fine, no big deal. So I was really curious about that. I was wondering if it was gonna work as well. There is a link down below. Check it out, see if this works for you. And as always, stay awesome, stay positive, and I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.